Hello folks and welcome back to Doc's Entertainment. This is Reverend Docstater and I am joined today by my wife, Chaos.
Hello.
This time I'm pretty sure you can actually hear her. We did some tests and I think we got the video or the audio worked out so she can talk too now. And we may be joined later on by some other friends. We'll see. How I know last time I left off in Black Lake. Now, I did come back to Protector's Enclave because there's something I did want to show you. When you first start your character up, you end up at the home screen, which for some people is going to look like this with the three different pictures talking about Undermountain. And that's all fine and dandy, but there's certain things they don't let you do in here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Protector's Enclave here, and we're going to come along to this gentleman here, Reward Claims Agent. Click on him, and you can claim various different things from here. Now, if you purchase a pack in the Zen store, sometimes it'll show up in here. And then sometimes they offer different promotions or different items that they just kind of give for fun of it. And in this case, they actually, for 6 days and 18 hours yet, they offer a rank 15 single stack enchantment, which is pretty dang awesome because that's the maximum rank enchantment you can get. So we'll go ahead and accept that. Now, only one character on your account can accept it. However, anybody in your account can use it. So if you have more than one player and you want to upgrade them, you can put it on those other characters instead. To use it, we go to our character sheet, and right now we don't have any slots that can use it, so we're not going to bother with it. But one of the things I did want to show you, I'm not going to use it, but I'm going to open it up to show you what it has. Now, once we open it up, it gives you a choice of various different enchantments that you can use. In this case, it's Tomorrow's Lucky Enchantment, which gives you a hidden pouches, which helps you with your refinement points and stuff like that, so you can refine items better and faster. And then you have your tactical, which helps. Actually, does, if you put it in utility slot, it helps you increase your incoming healing, which for tanks is really good because you want to be able to allow your clerics and or healers, whichever class they may be able to heal you, because their job, they're going to be focusing on healing the tanks in most of the dungeons that you're going to be in. So you want to make their job easier. It also gives you awareness and combat advantage, which is nice, but not really worthwhile, in my opinion. You can use it in those other slots if you want, but it's up to you. Personally, I would use different enchantments in those slots, and we'll talk about those in a minute. The Tenenbrow's enchantment, that is one that you can use in the offensive slot. For every second that you strike a foe with it, it gives an 8% chance to deal extra damage to your opponents, a percentage of your total hit points. In this case, 8% of your current hit points in necrotic damage up to a maximum of 24,000. Now they say that because, for example, my wife has over 240,000 hit points. So 24,000 is 10% of hers. So it would actually be a little bit less than 20. It would max out at 24,000 for her. And the Quartermaster's enchantment, that's another one that gives you enchantment items. The Radiant enchantment is the one we're going to be going with. The Radiant enchantment, when you go into your offense slot, gives you power. Now, the reason why we're going to be going with this one is because Radiant enchantment at rank 15 is massively expensive because everybody wants that power. Power is uncapped in this game as of right now. So you can have your power, way up there, and you can just decimate pretty much anything you come across. Azure enchantments are really good for defense, so you want to put them in your defense slots because they do increase your defense on your characters.
They also help out with XP.
Yep. Now on here it says utility slot gives you 62% XP bonus, which is great. However, if you put it in your defense slot, it still gives you XP bonus anyway. So you get 2 for 1 by putting it in your defense slot. And the nice thing about that is it helps level your character up a lot faster. Then there's a silver enchantment, which again I don't generally use. However, if you do PvP, you will want to use it in your utility slot because it gives you a 60% glory bonus, which is something you're going to need to get better gear when you're PvPing. The Dragonhorde enchantment also drops gems, which can be used for refinements. At this level, they'll probably drop like rank 8s, rank 9s, maybe even rank 10s, which are really good. So you could possibly get some rank 9 radiant enchantments, rank 9 azuras, because enchantments are considered gems. So you will be getting some of those dropped as well. But like I said, we're going to be going with the radiant enchantment. We want the power, especially for our what you call it, our tank. We want power. We want power and defense. And incoming healing as much as we can. And look at that. There's our wife, there's Jordan. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick here. If you meet somebody that you want to party up with, you can click on their name, and you can see here where it says invite group. It's the same one we use to inspect them and inspect their companions and all this stuff that I showed you last time. You can also trade with them when you get high enough, when you get far enough along. Now, you can't do this until you go through, I believe it's Velosk, I think it is the 5th dungeon that you go through. Unless you have a character who's already gone through all that stuff. Now, see, she just sent us a group invite. To respond to it, you press the touchpad in the center, hit X to accept it, or deny it if you want to. And now we're in a group.
I've been following you for the last 5 minutes.
So, now like I said, that rank 15, that is the best you're gonna get. So you wanna make sure you check your incoming thing all the time. Check for claiming rewards because you never know what they're gonna give you. If you have PlayStation Plus, you can get a mount automatically, the Blue Blaze Giant Beetle. It's not very fast, but it is a free mount, so why not? Unfortunately, you can't sell it. You could just, it gets bound to your account when you pick it up. If you combine your account with Ark, who makes this game, you get a Renegade Illusionist. So you can use that as a companion right off the back. And it's actually a decent little companion. Gives you critical avoidance to start and accuracy. It's good for low-level characters to start with. When you get a high-level character that goes through the that goes farther along in the missions, sometimes if they go through certain missions, I can't remember right offhand what missions it is. It's Tomb of the Nine Gods, I think. But once you go through that, then any character beyond that can pick up a sigil of that particular class. So for example, I had a wizard who'd gone through it prior to doing this live stream, so I have the sigil of the wizard that I can get. But I'm not going to because, again, I wanted to show you how to do this without all that extra stuff. The reason why I'm showing you the enchantment is because that's something in-game that everybody can take advantage of. Doesn't matter who you are or what class you are or what rank your count is or anything like that. It's something that's given to everybody. So you want to take advantage of those as much as possible. The other thing that's going on right now is there's an event going on. To see what the events are, you can go to your social, go down to calendar, and it'll show you different events that's going on. Now I chose to start the live stream right now because Neverwinter has a recruitment event going on, which is how I'm getting a bunch of extra stuff aside from that enchantment. I'm getting a bunch of extra stuff to help my character out because of the fact that I'm starting it during Neverwinter's recruitment. There's also a PvP event going on currently, Fight of the Fowls, which is a silly event, but I'm not going to bother going through it. And then there's 2 times currency for Maze Engine. You want to pay attention to these because later on when you're in a guild, and we are going to be talking about guilds in a little bit here, but when you're in a guild, the 2 times currency is going to help you out because the Maze Engine gives you, I believe it's Dark Gifts, which can be used, which are going to be needed in your guild to be able to upgrade. So you're going to want to be able to help out your guild by using these events. I also have 2 times glory going on right now, which is kind of, again, if you're in PvP, that's great. I don't like PvP, so I'm not particularly cared about that. There's also Joaquin, the coins of Joaquin that's going on right now. Now for these, you don't really have to get involved in anything special. The coins of Joaquin, they're going to be dropping coin bags every time you kill a monster that's about your same level. I believe it's within 7 to 10 levels of your character. Anytime you kill a monster within that level, they have a chance of dropping a bag, Joaquin's coin purse. You can either open that up right away and get a reward from it right off the back, or you can hold on to those coin purses and you can go to a special area that I'll show you later on that you can trade those in and possibly get much better rewards. So you want to make sure you're keeping an eye on what events are going on and when they're going on. The nice thing about this is, for example, let's say we wanted to take a look at some upcoming events. Okay, so let's say we wanted to keep track of the Double Professions event when it comes up, although I don't see why, unless you're in doing the workhouse. But let's say we wanted to keep track of that. You can click on it, and then you can highlight the event. You can set a reminder for the event, or you can highlight the event in the calendar so you can see exactly where it is. Or you can set a reminder for the event. The nice thing about that is then when it starts coming up towards that event, the setting the reminder will alert you that that event's coming up, so you can make sure that you're on during that time frame so you can take full advantage of that event. And then when you get in, you'll go into event reminders and it'll show you which events are what. Now right now I don't have any set because personally there isn't no events at the moment that I'm really interested in, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So those are some of the things that you're going to want to pay attention to in that screen. It'll help your character know what's coming up, when it's coming up, so you can better plan your gameplay around it. So you can take full advantage of the events and take full advantage of your characters. One of the missions that we're going to be getting, I'll talk about the guilds when we get, because one of the missions we're going to be getting is talking about guilds. I will go through that at that time. And it looks like we have a friend request pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Now this is going to unfortunately blank out my screen for a minute. So all you're going to be able to do is hear me. Okay, so I just now added him to my friends list so he can see when I'm on this particular account. He's one who's going to be coming in, who's got a character who he wants to bring along into the live stream, so we'll see if he joins us or not. If he does, I'm gonna go take a minute to talk him through how to set it up so that he can have his mic over the live stream as well, because I don't think he has it set up for that. Most people don't. So you'll learn how to do that too. All right. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and go to Black Lake. Now, again, I don't have VIP or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to run all the way there.
But if you have a friend who has VIP, you could also use their...
Yeah, so for example, my wife does have VIP. So she can drop down a teleport stick, and you can hit X on it, and you can switch right away. You don't have to run to a gate like I did. So we'll go to the Black Lake District because that's where we're currently at. And then only one person can use the stick at a time. So after I'm done using it, she'll summon another one and then she'll use it.
Keeping Sergeant Knox apprised of your progress.
Okay, so we now have to go meet Zoe Fargo. So let's go ahead with our super fast mount. Again, most things in here are pretty easy, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Just make sure that you're keeping your best gear you can currently have at the time.
The rebels are everywhere. Glad you made it.
You might want to share the quest.
Yep, I will. As soon as I get it.
Been out there helping. But someone had to keep an eye on the safe house. By the look of things, they figured out we're onto them. Ready for our next move? The Nashers set fire to the safe house to cover their escape, but I didn't see Karzal leave. We might still have a chance to catch him here. Oh, and I'm coming with you. Karzal put a bounty on my head.
And you may hear my son mumbling in the background.
Yeah, periodically you'll hear him. We don't have a soundproof room, and we're both on two different systems in two different rooms in the house. So even if we did have a soundproof room, it wouldn't make a difference. Okay, so now that we've got that, you can get some additional information if you want. It's just kind of story filler. Not really important information. Not towards gameplay anyway.
Though.
Yeah, it is interesting, and it is some fun to read sometimes. Okay, so now again we go to journal, click on the quest, hit triangle over the quest, hit share, and now she can get XP from this as well.
Not only that, but I don't have to run back through the house.
Yep. So away we go. Is your party private, hun?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so, but because I know King Chucky's on because he sent me that friend request, so
we need to hurry.
I was kind of surprised he's not here yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he may have just gotten home too.
Yeah. Okay, so now you notice I do have my little defense thing here, which isn't doing any good at the moment because she's killing everything before I can get hit.
Sorry.
That's okay. So with these, once you use it and they attack you, you let go right after they attack you, and it should rebound the attack, but I think I'm too low level for it to rebound. That's a way to absorb the attacks which is what your tank is supposed to be doing.
And tanks become really, really important in the higher level dungeons.
Yeah. I don't know what in the world happened there. That little orb there that I just ran over is actually something her armor, or her armor drops. If you notice, she's got really high level armor and stuff, the stuff that we're not going to get until way later on. But one of the things on this is it has a soul siphon. It has a 10% chance to drop life essence from your target. So basically that little healing orb, you walk over it and you can get healed. So if you have a character, if you see those walking around, if you see those laying around, go ahead and walk over them. It'll help give you a little bit extra healing points. Now, if you are a trophy hunter, you're going to want to be looking for lore. Sometimes it shows up like this as a tapestry. Quite often, however, it's going to be little scrolls or books and things laying around. So again, click on everything that's shiny, and you'll get a lot of little things. And again, make sure you check everywhere, because you never know what's hiding where. See, this is another one of the lore pieces. Like I said, sometimes it's a scroll. Now these are skill nodes that are used for each of the different classes. This one's a Dungeoneering node, so we can use it. And I talked a little bit about them in the beginning when we got those kits.
You can buy those kits at merchants.
Yep, so your character can open all the nodes if you wanted. Just remember, when it's a kit that's not part of yours, you only get a 75% chance of actually success. Which means most of the time you're going to succeed. Woohoo, we got a backpack. Now when you get these, you're going to want to make sure you always equip them right away. That way you have your extra space. The other way to get to your inventory, you can get to it from your main screen, from your main menu, by pressing triangle or options, and then go to items. It gives you your inventory that way. So you don't have to do the button combination if you don't want to. For a lot of things in here, there's multiple ways to get to it. Now we go back and talk to her again.
Missing all the fun. 9 hells. Kozov got away. But, thanks to you, we have a pretty good idea where he's going. What's even better, he doesn't know that we know. Ready for our next move?
So now we go through the next one.
An old warehouse by the...
Again, we want to go to quest, journal, triangle, share. And now for this one, wait, why do we only have one? Normally they give us 2. They didn't give us 2 this time. Oh well.
Leave no witness.
Now the other thing you're going to notice periodically, you're going to see them. I don't think they're going to drop any here, but periodically they drop currency for their particular area. Now that currency can be used in multiple different ways. One of the ways you can use it is to purchase gear and stuff that's in that area. Sometimes that gear is going to be better than what you currently have. Quite often it's not. And we've got another person jumping in. I don't think this person's going to be able to actually share their voice over the live stream, so unless they want to. Do you want to, Noah?
Hey, Noah. We're live streaming. You don't have to go.
No, you don't have to go. You can, if you want to, you can actually join in the chat on the live stream. Yeah. No. What you would do is go to, okay, press the PS button real quick. So you go to your main screen, your main menu. Then go to the party, click on that, and then go down to party settings. And it, on the bottom, it should, the second one from the bottom should say allow your voice to be shared. Yep, under chat audio, not in that menu, under it. It will say allow your voice to be shared.
Well, there's two different options. It says prioritize party chat or prioritize game chat.
Yeah, you don't want to go to that one. Go to the option, go to underneath it, right where it says chat audio. The next option would be allow your voice to be shared. Okay, in your party settings, what does it show?
Well, under chat audio, it says go to party screen.
Okay, that's...
The one above it is adjust audio mix.
Yeah.
And then the very top one says input. Or on the very bottom says leave this party.
Okay, I don't think you're in the right. Okay, you see where it says party settings? Go back to where... Go back to the main party screen.
Okay.
And then click on party settings. It should be right above player limit and right underneath view other parties.
Okay, I'm in party settings. Okay.
Now, the second one from the bottom should be allow your voice to be shared.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Click on that. And it brings up options.
Party.
Yep, allow for current party or always allow. Either one will allow you to share your voice over this live stream.
Alright. You sure you want me to do this right?
Sure. I wouldn't have gone through the whole effort of talking to you through it if I didn't.
Alright, I changed it.
Alright. So now you're in live stream with us. Say hi to everybody who's not watching yet.
Hi, everyone.
Alright. So what we're doing is we're actually trying to talk through like some entry-level stuff and how to build characters a little bit. So if you have any tips and tricks that I may not know, feel free to offer them.
Well, the only ones I could share, the only skill that I know, it's the clerk.
See, and that's good too.
Now, like I said, one of the main things you got to keep track of when you're going through your dungeons and you're going through your areas is make sure you accept every quest and look around because different people have quests for you. For example, this Hazel the Alchemist here just gave me a quest for get specific sludge samples. I don't know if that one's shareable or not. We'll see. Yep, that one is shareable. And the reason for getting these extra quests is because it gives you extra XP and that helps you level up faster. Now, sometimes when you share a quest, only one person has to actually do it. Other times, it doesn't count for everybody. Like in this case, I have a feeling it didn't count. It doesn't count for everybody, so she has to do it along with.
Yes, it does.
It does?
Yep.
Because when you do it, I don't get it. Oh, there I did. Okay. Okay, so now we got that quest done, so we can go back and return to Hazel. So we can get credit for that one.
Most folks. Excellent!
This is also the main way you're going to be receiving your gold and stuff, is through quests and through selling stuff. So when you have items you don't particularly care for keeping, like say for example these entry-level gear, you can't break it down for refinement points, but you can sell it for gold. We don't need the Dungeoneering kit because that's our main thing that we do anyway. So we'll sell that. Common flowers, explorer journals. We'll be getting better HP potions, health potions, so we don't really need to keep those on hand. We may want to keep the bound portals, bound portal altars, and we may want to keep the minor injury kit for now, and the teleport scroll just in case we need it. So if you don't have VIP, you're going to be using the injury kits whenever you get stupid Makino trap, which I do quite often. The other way you can get rid of injuries is by standing in these blue circles here. They'll help heal you up a little bit, and on top of that, if you stand here for 30 seconds, it'll take away the injury for you.
Drop the bag of Joaquin.
So now in this particular instance, it might be better if she doesn't kill things because she is level 80, and because these are so much lower level than her, if she kills them, it won't drop the bags. If I kill them, it will. Which would make this really boring for her since she's not going to be able to do much of anything the whole time.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I'm having fun following you around.
But that means with this, I get to actually show off my tank a little bit.
Yeah, your tank is pretty awesome.
Now, sometimes I'll go in and help people if they look like they need it. This guy actually doesn't. He's doing pretty well, so I'll let him go. And into the Nasher headquarters we go. Now again, you don't always want to follow your line. Because if I did, I would have missed this chest, which gave me some more gold, some healing potion, and quartz, which is good for refining. Even at the higher levels, it's good to go through those lower level chests because the refining items are level specific. And if you do the workshop, you're going to be using a lot of quartz, which you can only get from lower level areas. Once you start getting into higher level areas, you don't get quartz anymore. So while they're not great on refinement points, they only give you 1 refinement point per quartz. They are really good for the workshop, even at the higher levels.
That's why every once in a while you'll see a high level person wandering around the low level area.
Yeah, because they're finding the quartz.
Or if they're like me, they're helping out a friend.
Yep. Now you notice on hers, there's little icons underneath hers. Those are status buffs or debuffs that she has that allows her character to either be stronger or weaker depending on what's going on. So you can keep track of your party members so you know what's going on with them. Really helpful for clerics, because if they get a debuff, the cleric can actually take care of that debuff for them. He was easy.
Yeah. Too bad it doesn't explode anymore.
Yeah, it used to be there's a trap on this, so when you went to go get the crown, it would blow up and knock you back, possibly take away some of your hit points. If you were low on hit points getting to that point, you were dead.
Yeah, don't forget your chest.
Nope. Okay. Now I always do this right away. Change over my new gear. Just because it's going to really help. Rather than walking around with the old gear until whenever.
Like I did with my barbarian?
Yeah. I've actually seen some level 80 characters with crappy gear because they forgot to either change in their gear or they don't know where to get the new gear, the good gear. Which eventually we'll talk about all that too. And you want to pretty much kill everything, especially during the events. Because again, you get your Joaquin bags that you're going to use to get special items. And you really want to try to take advantage of these events as much as possible because they will help your characters. This guy I've seen back here quite often, but I've never actually gotten a quest from him. but I always go talk to him just in case. And now that we're all done with Black Lake, we head back to Protector's Enclave.
You're right if I mentioned something.
Go ahead.
So after when you get done, top of that, when you get done with those areas, every time, you always have to go back to Protector's Enclave and talk to Sergeant Knox, and he'll send you to the next area.
Yep. And the funny thing about it is, too, the areas are actually level specific. So if you did like I did and use the XP scroll, you're going to generally be higher level than you should be getting into certain areas. So you may want to pay attention to what areas you're getting into, because if you go into a too high level area, your level will be good for it, but your equipment will suck. So it's going to make going through the quest a lot harder. So you want to try to keep it in order as much as possible. Now,
and
again,
they don't tell you the order after certain levels, so...
Alright, and then there's the things like here, where you get little quests that really don't mean much, but extra XP. This one is simple, because now you just gotta go talk to the Dragonborn captain, or chief, or whatever he is, and you get extra XP that way.
Protector's Enclave. The crown of Neverwinter is back.
Now you see here I have multiple different quests possible. Two of these quests are in Protector's Enclave here myself.
Well,
So I'm going to go ahead and select them all.
you should go see Carolyn the Pious, an invoker.
Most of these I don't think are shareable. In fact, I don't think any of them from Shrek are shareable.
No.
Because they're just getting you to go where you need to go. So first we're going to go talk to Erlen the Pious. This is where you're going to learn how to pray.
Invoke.
Which is going to be very useful later on.
Hello. So, you want to learn to invoke? Whenever you invoke, you will receive gifts for your
So now that we talked to her, we press R1 or L1 and the left directional button, and that allows us to pray. Now you notice in here you get little bonuses. For example, one, you get some XP, which is good. Next thing you get is a bonus on rough astral diamonds. Now, the rough astral diamonds are what you're going to be using to turn into astral diamonds, like I discussed earlier. They're your main currency in this game. So, what's going to happen here is for my next 70 astral diamonds, I get a bonus of 50%. So, I'd end up with an extra 35. So, I get 105 astral diamonds rather than just 70. Ardent coins and celestial coins you're going to use for going into the celestial market, which I'll talk about in a minute here. And an invocation blessing are bonuses to your characters that are temporary. They don't last very long, but they can be very helpful. So now to talk about the Vault of Piety. That's where you're going to go to use those coins that we just got. Now you can't use them right away because you obviously need more than one. But you can buy various different potions. You can buy dye packs, which you can use to get extra colors for your stuff, for coloring your stuff, like I talked about earlier. You can get mounts, weapons, which really aren't all that great, but they look cool, so you might want to use them for, remember how I was talking about having various different skins and looks for your stuff? This is one of the ways you can get it. And then you can get a companion for him. So there's all kinds of little things you can get. And then the other coin, you can get enchantments or possible enchanting stones and sometimes awards. Oh, not a ward. Wards, which actually help you're going to need for your enchanting as well. And we'll talk about that when we get to the quest that actually goes through it. Okay, so now that we got this, we need to go talk to Sibella in the vault below the Hall of Justice. This is where we went in the original quest. We're going back there, but this time we wanted to fight anything. She's not trapped again.
I foresee great things. You've come. You are here, right? Yes, you most definitely are. I'm sorry. I had to pester Sergeant Knox. But he talks to so many people every day. There were many futures in which he forgot to pass on my message.
Okay, so now this is where you're getting your first actual quest.
I have been granted the gift of the third eye, which allows me to peer into the future. I am working to perfect this gift, but for now my sight is imperfect, murky. The future is not certain, and I catch glimpses of numerous and often contradictory events. The one thing I can say with some certainty is momentous events are coming to Neverwinter and the Sword Coast, and you are a central figure in them. I have prepared a chronicle of one possible series of events. If you will look at this chart and confirm which events have actually transpired, it will help me sharpen my focus and discern the most likely course the future will take.
The Sword Coast Chronicle is a list of the heroic deeds and campaigns your hero may complete in Neverwinter.
Okay, so the way we get to that, outside of going in here, is you go to our quests, campaigns, and that brings up our list of different things that we can do. And I go back to talk to her.
Thank you. As new events transpire, please let me know. The more often I can match my visions to actual events.
Now,
Followers of
we're getting a
Solace
quest
are
from
not
her. Collect damage
to be
orbs
fairly
from
seen
seer shards.
and create our shrines in out-of-the-way libraries and scriptoriums. The
This one
reason
also I
moved
don't
to
think is
such a
shareable.
public place.
No.
Once you go through them, you'll get something called the Symbols of Severus. Or Severus, sorry. And that you can use to buy different things in here. The retraining token is something you're going to probably want, because it's going to allow you to retrain your character multiple different times so you can get them specified to exactly how you want. The Stone of Health you're going to definitely want, because that's like the healing potions, except it heals you to full health no matter how many hit points you have. You can get an artifact, you can get a horse, or you can get a companion, which is a minstrel, which actually helps buff you up a little bit. It does give you 1,000 power and awareness, so it does help your character out quite a bit. But we don't have enough of anything for that right now. And while we're in the area, we'll go talk to the general of the Draconians, or whatever the hell, whatever these guys are called.
Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn, yeah. They look kind of like Draconians from the actual D&D game. Just a little more buff. So we'll go out here and talk to this guy. And basically just introducing ourselves to him, and he's introducing himself to us, and that gives us some extra XP. Not a lot, but when you're this low level, every little bit helps.
I'm always looking for ancient relics to study.
Now this one, another reason why I didn't take this one is because a lot of times it doesn't actually go through. So I'm just going to go ahead and abandon it because it's kind of pointless. Now you notice it's sending me to Tower District. I'm not ready to go there yet. Or wait, yes I am. Okay.
I guess you are.
But we're not going to go yet. Because I don't want to make these videos too long. And it's already 15 minutes into the video, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Next time we start up, we'll go to the Tower District and work from there. And by the time we get out of there, we should be high enough level that we're going to be talking about the guilds, and we'll be talking about your next actual campaign quest that you'll be doing. But before I do get out of here, let's start talking about that a little bit, because of the fact that we got one. The one we have right now is intro campaign, this Severus. What you're going to do is you're going to click on it. Remember how I showed you to get there? You go to your quest, go to campaigns, and then you click on the campaign that you're currently doing, which is in this one, the Staff of Severus. And it'll show you what you can do. Now right now we don't have any shards, so we can't continue that one. But once we do get the 40 shards that we need, we'll be able to continue, we'll be able to go through that, and then we'll get the symbol of Severus that we can use to purchase stuff in there. I don't purchase things until I'm completely done, and then use those to buy whatever I want. And these don't take very long. They used to take forever today. But now the longest part is actually getting the pieces that you need, the shards, and then getting the documents that you need. But these two center ones, you can do that in about 5-10 minutes. It used to take an hour to do the one center one, but they changed that, thankfully. And you'll notice at the end of that, once you complete it, you'll get different awards. Aside from the symbol that you're going to be getting, you also get the Staff of Severus' Clue, which is it's a clue to the possible location, which I've never really done. Well, it's used to finish it out. And then embroidered bag of holding. That's what you actually want. Because your bag of holding, your bags, you only have a limited number of space, and you go through it fast. So every time you get a chance of picking up a bag, make sure you pick it up. And you see right now I can get 4 more bags. And you can get a total of 7 bags that you can carry. Now you can drop these bags or take them out and trade them in for bigger bags. So for example, this embroidered bag of holding that I have here, it's only got 12 spaces. So I can, once I get further on, I can take that bag out and put a bigger bag in its place. So even if you put a bag in, you're not stuck with that bag there. You can always switch it out for a new bag. But bags are also really, really expensive.
They are very expensive, but in the long run, they are worth it.
So to give an example right now, I'm going to go through and show some bags that you can get. The cheapest bag that you can get is the Adventurer's bag. That's only got a couple of slots. And that's 43,000. And these are all Astro Diamonds. Otherwise, you get your bag of holdings, which is a few more slots. This one's got 12 slots. Your adventures bag only has 6 slots, so it's 1 line. Bag of holding has 2 lines, and that you see is 73,000 is the cheapest one, 73,900, so 74,000. And it goes up from there. And then you have your larger bags, like the Dragon Cult Pack, which is 20 slots, or about 3 lines. Almost 4 lines. And then in bag of holding, again, these go by whatever people decide to put the prices in for. Now the Runic bag of holding, those are one of the biggest ones you're going to get. This one has 38 slots, so you're going to want to get the bigger bags as much as possible. And this one here has 42 slots for the improved bag of holding. And as you see, they're expensive. You're looking at almost $1 mil for the cheapest one of the improved bag of holding. Once you get high enough level, you're going to be able to go through queues, which we actually can now. We're high enough level at the moment. And the nice thing about the queues is you notice there's a reward for them. You get astral diamonds. You get rough astral diamonds for each queue that you accomplish. This is why you're going to want to pay attention to your item level later on. Because right now you see I only have 1 queue that I can go into in the cloak tower, and when I go random queue, it's going to automatically go to cloak tower because it's the only one I have available. But that'll allow me to get some astral diamonds and some XP for it, plus whatever the cloak tower gives, which is Seals of Adventure and sometimes rare equipment, which can be useful. Later on, there'll be a lot more available there, and you'll be able to get a lot more astral diamonds for them. Like I said, the maximum you can refine per day is 100,000. Going through your queues is where you're going to get most of them. And then there's all kinds of other ways of getting astral diamonds, which we'll discuss later on. Okay, and it's just about an hour now, so we'll go ahead and end the video here. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to see more videos coming from me, and make sure you hit that little bell icon so you get notified whenever I do a new video. And I will see you next time. I hope you have a great day. Be entertained. Bye-bye.